Hi there people, this is Spray Love, and it's been a while since I did the video, and it's mainly because my room isn't functional enough to do videos, but nevertheless I decided to do some more, even though I don't have all my equipment and it's a mess. So don't look at the mess, but follow the content. Anyway, this video is about this fragrance right here. It is Versace Eros Flame or Flamme. So what do I have to say about this? First off, this is a tiny bottle and it is well enough for me because I have so many fragrances out there and I don't wear Eros all the time. I used to be an avid fan of Eros, but now I go without it and I'm completely fine. And this one is one release that was quite under the radar, I think, because it was kind of hated by the community when it came out. It's Eros Flamme. This one is like, it smells very similar to Eros, but it doesn't have as much projection as Eros, and doesn't have as much of the ambroxan note as in Eros. So some people might say that it kind of misses the purpose because Eros is very flamboyant and this one is like not that flamboyant. It's also a bit warmer than, like it doesn't have as much freshness as Eros. It's kind of the winter like alternative to Eros, but Eros being perfectly fine in winter, people started wondering, why would I need Eros Flame? What I need to say about this is that yes, I own like a very tiny bottle and it's been a while since I have this one, and I think it's like there's still a lot of juice in there. I don't use it that much. I use it because the few moments I want back that Eros feel, I just use this. Today I even went to a shop and smelled the parfum version of Eros, or the parfum version of Eros, and I thought it seemed to be very cool. More the ambroxan note is even more present than the original, but this one, the Eros Flame, I think it's interesting because it's like it has that Eros vibe without being as obnoxious as Eros. Kind of a more like grown-up version of Eros, perhaps. The notes are really nice. It's an overall very nice scent. It's an overall very yeah, it has that Eros character that we really love in general. That is like a compliment getter, something that is easy to wear, but something that I think way too many people wear. I've smelled that a lot of times, this Eros DNA, you know, the Versace Eros and all the flankers. And I don't think it's like it's that original to wear that anymore. It's still very bold because it's like it's a powerful fragrance, but and this one is maybe a less bold version. So yeah, I mean, I'm not a fan of the super high projection, but I'm really a fan of the smell of Eros, the core smell of Eros. So I really like Eros Flamme for that reason, and I think I do prefer it perhaps to Eros, the original. But that's me, because I don't necessarily like this super high projection that Eros has. Well, like this still have, like Eros Flame still has a lot of projection. It's still like a party fragrance, in my opinion. It's just that it's not as flamboyant, it's not as bright as Eros. Well, that's pretty much it, and yeah, the ambroxan note in Eros is very nice because we like ambroxan a lot, and I really enjoy ambroxan, but I think that I'm getting saturated by ambroxan the more I go, even though I still like Sauvage, even though I still like a lot of fragrances that contain ambroxan, like Percival too, and anyway, but it's kind of starting to get on my nerves to smell it in almost every male fragrance out there. So it's kind of interesting that in Eros Flame, the ambroxan note is really toned down, so you get more of like the other notes in Eros, and mostly the warmer notes. So the spicier notes you get more, and that is really interesting. I think it's almost like it almost has like a gourmand feel, you know, like an apple dessert or something. It's really cool. I really like the Eros Flame. Although, like I said, I don't wear it all the time. I don't think it's that original, and I don't think it's that interesting for me to wear it at this point. Maybe I'll change my mind in the future, but it's still a really good release from Versace, I think. Although, like it didn't go well for Versace to release that one. It's not like it's still not as big of a seller as the original Eros, and I don't think it's gonna do. Like, I think that Eros Eau de Parfum will do like much better for sales than Eros Flame. So yeah, and it's perfectly wearable anytime. I think it's like Eros, you know, it's just a bit toned down and like more warm. So it's really good. Go and give it a try if you don't like that over projection that Eros has, but still really like the smell of it. And that will be like my advice for people that want to get into Eros Flame. Anyway, spread love and spray love. Bye bye.